Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Saturday, March the 9th, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, I have a post coming out Sunday morning called Pelosi's Triple Nightmare. And of course, I'm talking about these three lady members of Congress, the lady from Minnesota, the lady from Michigan, and the young woman from New York. And these three members of the House are not just liberals, they're very extreme leftists. And they are going to be a nightmare for the Democrat Party because they're saying things that are creating as many problems within the party as outside the party. I'm sure you remember when the young woman from New York was talking about the Green Deal and how that created a lot of tension within the party. And then the lady from Michigan who was saying, you know, we're going to impeach the mother, you know what. And then, of course, the latest one is the one up in Minnesota with all her remarks against Israel and attacks against Jewish Americans. But so many of them, of course, are members of the U.S. House, Democrat members of the U.S. House. And just recently, in the last 48 hours, she attacked President Obama, saying that hope and change was just a pretty face, that Obama really didn't do anything, that he was not that much different from President Trump, that he was keeping kids down on the border in cages and so on. And this is really a problem for Nancy Pelosi because in the past, the Speaker has always been able to discipline the members. But in this case, Pelosi has lost total control of these three because they're not loyal to Pelosi. They're not really loyal to the Democrat Party. These are really three people who in a previous generation would have been members of some radical left-wing party. They would have been socialists, they would have been communists, they would have never been elected as Democrats because the Democrats would have never voted for them. But this is a different Democrat Party, unfortunately, for Nancy Pelosi than the one that she used to know. Now, people like Doug Schoen and Mark Penn are warning the Democrats, hey, be careful about these people because they're going to make you unelectable in 2020, and that's a possibility. You know, the Democrats have to defend a majority of about 18 votes in the House. That's not a big majority. And when you consider that 2020 is a presidential year and that President Trump is going to run on some very national issues, I think it's fair to say it's early and we don't want to make predictions this quickly, but I think it's fair to say that the Republicans could win the House, especially if these kinds of Democrats continue to embarrass the party as they are doing. So I call it Pelosi's triple nightmare, and that's exactly what it is. She's got three members of the House who are going to make her life very difficult over the next year or so. And the big problem for Speaker Pelosi and the Democrats is the more that they go off on these left-wing tangents and the more that they fight among each other, the more difficult it's going to be for them to do anything in the House, for them to pass any legislation. And that's going to be a real problem for these so-called moderates who were elected in many of these swing districts. So Pelosi's triple nightmare, it's just beginning. It's really going to get bad for the Speaker. She may actually, she may want to be the minority leader again, the way this is going for her and for the Democrats in the House. Thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.